I rise in support of this. As many of you know, the Dixie Fire and now the Caldor Fire has consumed, in my district's burned over 1 million acres in the last 6 weeks. And some of the frustrations that we find in the agencies, we have CAL FIRE, who takes care of state lands. We have the Forest Service and the BLM and the Park Services that take care of the federal lands. And there's conflicts between how they even operate. Forest Service manages fires. They don't put them out. It's a huge problem. We have to wait. Actually, CAL FIRE sits sometimes and waits for the fire before they can engage when it gets on state property. Just last week, and I've been touring my fires, I've been looking at my communities, and we have interaction between state lands and federal lands. And so last week, and I'm getting videos from people who are actually out there fighting the fire, contractors, where we have dozers sitting, bulldozers on trucks sitting, as a fire is approaching a house, and I have private citizens fighting fire on their own land and the dozers aren't moving. So this is a great opportunity to have a conversation where, what is the policies? We've heard that the governor asked the president to push harder that the Forest Service actually put fires out. So I just want to let the senators know, I actually went on Sunday and took my fire class. I have the card now to be able to go out and fight on a fire, and I'm going to do that when we get out of session. I'm going to go actually hire on with one of these contractors so I can see what's happening on the ground so that we can hopefully stop these catastrophic fires in California. We are burning up millions of acres. That is habitats, wildlife, it's our watershed. As we're doing bills today, sitting here talking about transportation and the emissions that come off of transportations, which these fires dwarf. And we spend very little resources on actually preventing fire. In Tahoe, the reason when it came into Christmas Valley that we were able to backfire is because we put in fuel breaks there and allowed the firefighters to come in and set the backfire to burn the fuel away so we could actually save our communities. We need that in every community throughout your districts, whether it's chaparral and brush or it's trees. So I'm super excited about this piece of legislation. I want it to actually work, though. We need to not just talk about it. We're going to be facing this every single year. We've seen red flag warnings. We've seen dry fuels. We've had no rain. And what do? We spend most of our resources on incentivizing somebody to have an electric vehicle. This is not going to do anything to stop the pollution and the destruction of California's natural resource, which is our watersheds. So I want to thank the author for bringing this forward. As you can tell, I'm somewhat frustrated. I've been, for 10 years, trying to figure out a better way to do what we do. And we have to have a partnership, a true partnership with the feds. Because if we don't, it's going to continue to burn, and it's really out of control. Thank you for bringing this measure forward. I respectfully ask for an aye vote on SB 456.